Hey everyone, today I wanted to show you my list of my top 10 Marvel movie characters I'd like to see made into action figures. So after the announcement of the Toei Spider-Man for Tamashii Nation's SH Figuarts, it reminded me of how much buzz there is around these classic characters for our favourite superheroes. Of course, the characters mentioned in this video, we may have seen action figures made of them in the past, but yet to be in the highest quality of the 1/12 scale of today's standards. So the highly detailed sculpts, articulation and accessories, so the companies like Tamashii Nations, Mezco or Mafex. So in no particular order, here are my top 10 Marvel movie figures I'd like to see in the future. So the first one on the list is Spider-Man from the 2002 movie. This was a groundbreaking moment as it was the first time we saw the web slinger on the big screen. And this was a time when the Marvel movies were not that popular, so this kind of revived the genre. And in my opinion, the Sam Raimi trilogy is some of the best out there. They did have the Toy Biz figures at that time, and they are still considered classics. But modern day Tobey Maguire Spider-Man in SH Figuarts or Mafex would be amazing, and we're still waiting for that day. Then hopefully it will open the doors for more characters from the Spider-Man movie, and that is none other than the Green Goblin. Out of all the Spider-Man villains, I think Goblin is probably the most iconic one. He was a lot different in terms of the costume than what we saw in the comics. And I think the way Tamashii Nations build their armors, like for example for Iron Man, it would be perfect to see a Green Goblin figure. And next, we're staying on the Raimi franchise, and that is Dr. Octopus from one of my favorite movies, Spider-Man 2. A iconic character and would make a great collection alongside the Spider-Man and Goblin figures. Toy Biz did make a decent sculpt in the past, but with today's articulation, I think a Dr. Octopus would create even more better poses. The next one would be Wolverine from the first 3 X-Men movies. This of course was the start of Hugh Jackman's long run of X-Men movies in the franchise, and there isn't a more iconic actor to play him. I'll certainly like to see a Wolverine in the black suit rather than the current ones like the Diamond Select or the upcoming Hasbro ones, all of them based on the later movies. We did see a Toy Biz one in the past, but hopefully a updated Wolverine in that black suit would then bring in more characters from the franchise. Next would be Fission from the Infinity War movie, something I do expect someday as Tamashii Nations have pretty much made most of the characters from the Infinity War saga. There is a Marvel Legends version, which isn't too bad, but as a collector of SH Figuarts, I would be waiting for this one. Next on the list would be a Bruce Banner from the Avengers, of course part of the original 6 and one of the most important characters. We have seen so many Hulk figures, but I think it's about time we do get a Bruce Banner one. There has been a Marvel Legends 4-pack, but I'm still waiting for a SH Figuarts one to go with my collection. Next is the man who built the Avengers, and that is Nick Fury from the Avengers movies. In the past, Hasbro did make a triple pack version as well as the latest Captain Marvel one, but just like Vision and Bruce Banner, I would like to see an SH Figuarts version. And number 3 on the list is a Steve Rogers from the Captain America the Winter Soldier. Of course, we've seen so many Caps in his suits, but yet to see the one where he's just casually in a jacket and holding onto the shield during his fight with Bucky. I think something that Hot Toys may have done, so I'd like to see that in the 1/12 scale as well. Number 2 is another Captain America, and that is the Endgame Quantum Suit version. Hasbro did make a double pack with the exchangeable heads as well as a Captain America one with his helmet, but the suit was in grey rather than white, and I just feel that Tamashii Nations would make a fantastic Quantum Suit figure. And last but not least would be another Tony Stark figure. This is the one where he built his first Iron Man suit inside the cave from the 2008 movie. It is him in the vest holding onto the hammer, and it's one of the most iconic scenes in the whole of the MCU. With this figure, of course, I like to see plenty of accessories like the base he builds it on, as well as parts of the suit. Tamashii Nations did release a Tony Stark figure from the Iron Man 3, but that is the only one we've seen as of today. So that makes up my top 10 Marvel movie characters I'd like to see made into action figures. Is there anyone you'd like to see in particular, or any of the ones I didn't mention? It'll be interesting to see who else I missed out. If you enjoyed this video, you can also check out my DC list in the description below. Also check out my channel for more news, reviews and hunts, including videos like every Iron Man figure made by SH Figuarts, as well as the upcoming Avengers Endgame SH Figuarts. Thanks for watching and see you next time.